Hi everyone, it's Jamie here from the Hot Room Leeds. In this video you can follow a yoga flow that you can do any time of the day. I'm practicing this in the hot room, but you can do this at home as well. So let's all come to a comfortable seat to begin. You can sit up cross-legged or kneeling. Just get comfortable, looking for a long, tall spine. Let's begin by some long, deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, focus on your belly expanding. Exhale. Inhale, long deep breath. Exhale. Last one, make it long, make it deep, all the way up. Exhale. Allow the shoulders to soften down. Let's draw the arms up overhead, fingers to touch, and then take them down. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder, feeling a stretch into the side of your neck. Take it back to center and drop it to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder. Lovely, take it all the way back into center now and drop your chin down towards your chest. Feeling a stretch into the back of your neck. Take it back to center and now draw your chin all the way up into the ceiling. Take some long deep breaths up into the throat. And then take it back to center. Turn to look past your right shoulder. Then turn to look past your left. Move back through this motion, right to left. Just being really gentle with the neck as we warm it up. Beginning our practice today. Lovely, take it back to center. Draw the arms back overhead. And then take your right hand to the right side of your body and take your left arm up and over, coming into a side body stretch. You can look up towards your left arm, left hand. Take it back through to center, place your left hand to the left side of your body and take your right hand up and over. Take a long deep breath, focusing on sending your breath down into your rib cage, helping with this expansion, stretching in the side body. Take it back to center now. Make your way to all fours now. You can get there by coming over your seat, or you can take the feet round behind you, placing the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Drop the belly down to the floor, send the hips back, send the chest forward, arching in the spine. This is cow posture. Immobilizing the spine here. Draw the belly up and in, rounding through the spine like a scared cat. Really focus on drawing your belly button up and in towards the spine, rounding the spine. Take a long deep breath in now, send the chest forward, send the hips back. This is cow. Exhale. Cat. Inhale, send it back into cow. Exhale, rounding the spine, moving back through to cat. Let's do one more. Long deep breath in. Long deep breath out. Great, take it back to center now. Firmly place your left hand down to the mat. Draw your right hand up to the ceiling. Right arm reaches up. Side. Twisting here. Let's take the right arm underneath the left. Reach the right arm through as we come to thread the needle. You can take your right ear down towards the mat. Doesn't matter if it gets there, it's just where we're going. Take a long deep breath in, draw it back up to the ceiling. Long breath out, right arm underneath the left. Inhale, send it up. Twist. Exhale, send it down and through. Threading the needle. Inhale, send it all the way back up. Exhale, right hand comes down. Let's do the left side. Left arm reaches up to twist. Send the left arm underneath the right, reaching the left arm through, threading the needle. Inhale, root to rise, draw the left arm up to the ceiling. Take the left arm underneath. Exhale. Inhale, reaching all the way back up. Exhale, sending it down and through. Inhale, last one. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. And then place your left hand back down to the mat. Bump your hips to the right now. Look past your left shoulder. Look for your left foot. Bump your hips to the left. Look past your right shoulder. Look for your right foot. In your own time now, just move the hips back and forward, twisting, looking past your left shoulder, being gentle still with the neck. And then once you feel like you've evened out both sides, make your way back to all fours. Spread your palms wide on the mat, firmly press your fingertips down to the mat. You can also do this on what you have available if you don't have a mat at home. Curl the toes under and send the hips up and back towards the ceiling as we come into our first downward facing dog. A few important cues here. Spread the palms wide and focus on pushing your knuckles in towards the floor or the mat. Bend the knees as much as you need here to focus on sending the hips up and back towards the ceiling. We're looking for this upside down letter V. So a straight line, or as straight as it can be, from the hips all the way down to the fingertips. You can pedal the feet from right to left, bending the right knee, bending the left knee, getting into the hamstrings here. Take some long, deep breaths here. Really focus on starting to engage the breath. And if you're not practicing in a hot room, you can focus on using what's known as the Ujjayi breath, which is a simple, soft restriction in the back of the throat. And this can help to warm the body up. Great. Look to the top of your mat now, or the floor. Slowly start to walk your way towards your fingertips. Make this movement slow. Bend the knees as much as you need here. We're going to hang out for a few moments in ragdoll, so we can hold onto the elbows, rock from side to side, bending the knees as much as you need here. Stretching into the hamstrings, the lower spine. And now keep your chin tucked in towards your chest. Your head to be the last thing that reaches the top as we slowly, mindfully roll up to standing. Take your arms by your side. Take a long, deep breath in. Squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale out through the mouth with a sigh. Let the shoulders drop down towards the floor. Arms open, feet firmly rooted into the floor below you. We're going to move through some sun salutations now to help to warm the body up. So you can do this with the feet together or hip distance apart, it's your choice. We're going to start the first sequence slow and then we'll build up over time. Draw the arms up overhead now, fingers to touch. Gazing towards your fingertips. Hinging at the hips to slowly fold forward. Taking your fingertips or palms down to the mat. If you bend your knees here, you'll be able to get your fingertips or palms deeper to the floor, and that way, once your palms or fingers are down to the mat or floor, you can then focus on straightening your knees. You don't have to straighten your knees. As you can see, it's not available to me myself. Now take your hands either to your shins or your thighs to find a flat back, finding length in the spine, and then folding back forward. Place your palms down to the mat, step your toes back to plank or all fours, it's your choice. And lower down with control onto the belly. Uncurl the toes. This first time around we're going to do cobra, or really a baby cobra here. So slowly peel the chest up towards the ceiling. The strength here is coming from our lower spine, so you can all just lift your hands off the ground briefly, and here you can really see where this back bend is coming from. Place your palms back down. Curl the toes under, move back through to all fours, all straight into plank, and send the hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Take some long deep breaths here. Make the breath audible. Imagine there's someone outside of your room that needs to hear the breath, helping to warm your body up from the inside out. Look to the top, towards your hands. Step your feet to your hands and once again find a flat back. Fingertips to shins or thighs. You can also do a flat back with your just fingertips still on the floor or your mat, your choice. Folding back forward. Root your eyes. Slowly draw your arms up overhead, fingertips to touch. And then take your hands down to your heart. We're going to move through this sun salutation A again, this time with a little bit more pace and cueing the breath. The breath is the most important aspect here. Let's inhale together now. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping your feet back to plank or all fours and lowering down onto the belly. Inhale to find your cobra, or another option is the knees are lifted. This is upward facing dog. Remember to squeeze your buttocks here, have a slight micro bend in the elbows and focus on broadening the chest. This protects the lower spine. If you have any spine issues, stay in cobra, be really mindful of this posture. Move back through to plank or all fours. Send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Look to the top of your mat. If you don't have a mat, just look to your hands. Step your feet to your hands, find a flat back, lengthen the spine. and then fold forward. Inhale, reaching all the way back up. Take your hands to heart. Let's inhale together now, and then hold on to your left wrist. Take yourself towards the right, bump your hips to the left, side body stretch, arms to the right, hips to the left. Take a long deep breath in and switch sides, left hand onto right wrist, move to the left, but the hips move to the right. Inhale, take it all the way back up, reach to the ceiling, exhale to forward fold. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, stepping or hopping back to plank or all fours, your choice, lowering down onto the belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, hips drawing up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to move through a little flow sequence now, so send the right foot up and back, three-legged dog. If this feels too much, you can do this from all fours. No worries, it's your choice, it's your practice. Squeeze your right knee in towards the chest and step the right foot through. Firmly plant your left foot down to the mat. Spread the right toes wide. And rise up into a high lunge, arms open by your side. Inhale, draw the arms up overhead. Exhale, allow the shoulders to soften down into their sockets. Gazing between your fingers. Take your palms down to the mat. Step the right toes back to meet the left in plank or all fours and find your vinyasa. Cobra or upward facing dog. Hips drawing up and back, downward facing dog. Let's do exactly the same on the left side. Pick the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Squeeze the left knee into your chest and then step it through on the other side. Find your stability, arms open, looking for the back leg to be straight, front leg to be bent around 90 degrees. If you need to take a smaller stance to get the back leg straight, then do so. Let's inhale together, arms up overhead, exhale, allow the shoulders to soften down. High lunge. Great, take your arms down to the mat, step your left toes back to meet the right, lower down onto the belly, find your cobra or upward facing dog, hips drawing up and back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog now, slowly walk your hands back towards your feet, bend at the knees, open the knees out wide. We come into a squat here. Now the heels can be lifted, but if it's available to you, you can also lower the heels, it's your choice, but we're looking here for a flat back. If you have any books available or anything that you could sit on, this is another option to help to keep your spine long and tall. Bring the palms together towards your chest, coming into a yogi squat. Opening up the hips, the groin, and then take your palms back down to the mat. Bring them to your side, extend the feet out long, in front of you. Let's inhale, draw the arms up overhead, and exhale, coming into a seated forward fold. Your fingertips can come either over the feet, interlaced, or you can take your fingers, peace fingers over your toes, your choice. lengthening the hamstrings here. Lovely, take it back, hold on to the back of your thighs, slowly roll down onto your back. When you meet the floor, bring your knees up in towards your chest, squeeze your knees into your chest, give them a big hug, you can rock from side to side. Lovely, now take your arms out wide like a capital letter T. Allow your knees to drop to the right. Coming into a reclined twist. You can gaze past your left fingertips and you have another option to take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Just guiding this twist. Take it back to center, take a long deep breath in and drop it to the other side. Take it all the way back up to center and then extend your right foot out long, followed by your left. Take your arms by your side, palms open to the ceiling. Take a long, deep breath in, biggest breath you've taken all day. And then let it out with a sigh. Savasana. Spend some time here, as long as you've got available, to relax and absorb everything you've just done for your body.